All right, welcome back, everybody. We are rejoining the party of Heroes Wanted. They have been resting at the old mill and discussing what it is that they're going to do next. Soggy can make a unskilled tools check to see how well he's carved his dragon bone, and we'll kind of go from there.
Where's the tools check?
So on your character sheet here, I'm going to open it with you. You go to skills and you'll see that you don't have your artisan's tools here because you don't have anything selected, so you're not proficient with it. It's going to be your dexterity stat, and then you just roll that normal. And there you
That
go.
might.
That would be what I rolled for it. So you just go ahead and roll right where I was rolling there. You move to the other page now, back to your skills, and then scroll down right where it says custom one. You just roll that. I set that up with your dexterity, so there you go. So
That is just.
yeah, you have like kind of a somewhat pointy bone. That's about it.
Soggy really needs help with this.
Well,
Really.
I have smith tools as a proficiency. I guess I could take a look at it for.
You could.
That would be nice. Soggy would appreciate that.
Yeah, so I guess I just do what he did. How do I do?
You just go ahead and go to your skills, and then down by custom one, enter in Smith tools, and then dexterity, I believe. Yeah, dex, and then proficient, yes, and then roll. No advantage, I'm afraid, but also no disadvantage, so you're welcome.
What did he roll?
He hasn't rolled yet. Give him a second. He rolled a
Oh,
16. So you managed to carve a very, very crude, like, I guess we'll call it a dagger. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to use it for fine cutting, but you can stab with it, and that's the important part.
Soggy thinks this needs more improvement. And I stored it in my my satchel for later. Later.
I'm actually entering it into your thing just in case you decide to pull it out and use it.
Thanks for that.
Ooh, I'm gonna make a dragon bow crossbow later.
Okay, so there's not a macro setup for it, obviously, but if you decide to pull it out, it's in your character sheet under weapons. So as I said, you guys are kind of discussing what to do next here. I'll try to play Einjamin as sulky and moody as possible for now, and we can just assume that that's what he would be doing.
All right.
Oh, we've been discussing this just a little, and it seems that attacking the Vampire Lord would be folly. However, might be some benefit to be gained from exploring the ruins that we discovered.
There does seem to be a decent bit of benefit to that.
Yes, Soggy agrees.
Also, mortal limits are always being pressed, and we can only surpass them so far. But a vampire is far beyond what a mortal can bring. We would need to increase our equipment. I don't believe that our weaponry stand a chance against what we currently face.
And I help support that theory by showing him my crude dagger.
Yeah, Soggy's like, Donovan's right. Look at how crappy of a dagger he made me.
Donovan, even earlier we explored crypts, and though the people of this town are desperate, they've not gone exploring much. This fine sword, and I pull out Arcadius blade and light it up. Bzzz, owned. Similarly, Elwyn and I have discussed. We feel that there may be something helpful further in those ruins, below the crypts, farther away. We have reason to believe there may be weapons or treasure of elven make. While
Yes.
normally we would frown with such things, and Nicholas kind of smirks a little bit at Elwyn. In this case, the might of mortal man won't be enough.
Ha! You people and your hatred of elves. I'm sure that if you and an elf was backed into a corner, you'd look at him as a friend and almost an.
That's what
Maybe
you're saying.
right.
So what you're saying is you don't hold that same hatred of elves?
Does Donovan hate elves?
No, he doesn't. He only hates vampires.
Huh. That was something I wasn't expecting, but it's good to know.
Yes, vampires are sucky sucks are bad.
Yes,
Agreed, Soggy.
vampires suck.
That pun.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
It may be now would be a good time to go and explore those ruins, to seek out adventure, to see what we can find. Anything else would
To
take a lot of
seek
time.
better weapons.
Yes. Agreed, Soggy.
I'm sure that Anjamin would have no quarrel.
Oh, he definitely follows the rule of silence implies consent.
All right then, good sir. Why don't you take that glow stick and lead the way?
He's competing with Donovan for most brooding, sulking, character.
Oh man.
So let's all make our way to the ruins. Let's all go to the ruins. Let's all go to the ruins.
All right, so you guys make your way through swamps and other nasty stuff that you guys have passed through before, and you make your way to the
Past the skeleton.
Yep, past the skeleton and to the second level of the ruins, and one by one. One by one, what is going? There we go. You guys enter and start to see what you see.
Say, does Soggy feel any different? Hint on the whole, like, the possible, any, since the level up and such? And the peck of change?
Well, yeah. When you hit third level, that was the whole like Bunyip thing, man. Was like, supposed to represent you getting your pack boon and how you like are changed because of it, but also there's like
Yeah.
a negative connotation sometimes.
Yes, I know. Is there any? Does he notice any familiars? Any serpent like?
Nope, no familiars just yet. But don't worry, we're gonna get to that. Just give it a session, okay? I wasn't quite prepared to introduce your familiar just yet, so I want to do it properly. And in order to do that, we're gonna have to just wait just one session, okay? I know you're excited. I know you're ready for it.
Sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. I'm sorry that I wasn't quite ready for it just yet, but I will get to it, I promise. Nicholas, would you like to make your sword glow with dim light?
Yeah, Elwin was getting ready to
Please,
ask
dim
if
light.
you want to lead the way.
Let's trudge forward. And I'm just going to kind of use the arrows just to move forward a little bit. So as to not run ahead too bad.
And so you notice a colossal statue of a warrior clad in armor standing at the center of this temple.
That'd be here.
That would be the one.
Okay. What type of warrior is it?
It looks elven.
Would I recognize?
You absolutely would. You would need to roll though if you wanted to like know specifically more about it.
I'd be interested in learning more.
Can
specifics.
Soggy assist?
Well, as a kobold, you might not have as much information about it, so I don't know that you're going to be able to give him advantage. What I do know, however, is that if you roll history, I can give you some information, Elwin.
Okay, I was getting ready to ask what you wanted me to roll there.
And can I check for any mystical thing properties of it, of the statue?
Do you have detect magic?
No,
Then I'm going to go with no.
I was thinking Arcana check.
Well, I mean, an Arcana check might be able to tell you some stuff if you like already knew something about its magical properties or something like that. But for now,
So the elvish pantheon and heroes and things a little bit far removed from kobolds.
yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, like any roll you make would just not really tell you anything. So anyway, Elwin, you recognize this as a guardian golem. Basically, these are protectors of elven cities that would keep out any non-elven people who tried to enter. And so you immediately stop your companions and let them know that entering could be very dangerous.
That is exactly what I do.
That is big stone man.
Yeah, it is. Very likely he'll try to stop you guys from coming in. Or at least us as well. Big health.
Yeah, and actually, Nicholas, do you step into the area where there's a little bit of water there?
I was actually saying that I was trying to go slow. I didn't realize that was water. But pursuant to my earlier statement, I was trying to go nice and slow. So
Yep.
we'll assume that Elwin stopped me.
Yep, so right outside that circle there is where you guys all stop.
So there's water. I didn't know that was water. Can you describe what else we're seeing?
Yes, so this is, if you can picture ancient Greek sculptures is kind of the style that the elves went with when they colonized the mainland here. And so everything is very column-esque and temples everywhere to, various gods. So there's paintings and mosaics and everything all over the walls depicting all of their pantheon of gods. And this soldier, despite the fact that the token is rather plain, is very intricately carved in the stylized armor of a warrior of Corlan Lorathian, the leader of the Elven pantheon, and his whole lithe demeanor betrays his massive size because of the elven carving. The whole bottom basin area has been flooded, but not with the sewage water from above, but rather clean lake water that must be getting in from somewhere, though you know not where. Everything is covered in moss as clearly tides raise and lower the water level in here daily. And the statue is real big.
Does Huggy get any visions if he looks at the lake water?
Are you trying to?
No, just wondering if that triggers anything.
I mean, if you're staring into the water trying to trigger something, let me know.
No, Soggy just kind of is looking at the statue, sometimes glancing at the lake water, just
Okay.
kind of as caution.
Okay. Yeah, then no, you're fine. It's just water.
Well, this should prove an interesting challenge to get around for us, shouldn't it?
We should be very, very quiet.
That'd be recommended, yes.
So,
No one's gonna let everyone else go in front of him.
Nicholas just steps forward a little bit,
Nothing happens.
still staying on the
Nothing
cool area. It looks like
happens.
there's some stairs leading into the water.
There is.
Hmm.
Should be. That thing might be able to wake up.
Perhaps I should go ahead, Nicholas.
May be prudent.
Soggy's gonna try and be sneaky.
Now, although the water here is much cleaner, it's still very dark, and with Nicholas's dim light shining, you can't really tell how deep it is, but as you descend the stairs, you quickly find out that this water is about 5 feet deep.
Yeah, this is some fairly deep water here.
That means rough terrain.
Yeah.
How
I was just
tall is that one?
I'm 6 foot.
Soggy's going to perch onto Elwin's shoulders, kind of like a sentry.
Yeah, a century. He means parrot.
Yeah, kind of looking around in higher ground.
Does anyone have a
So you're-
torch?
Yeah. I'll turn up the heat on Arcadius Blade.
I'm gonna walk over here because I believe I'm seeing a body.
Oh, ignore that.
Oh, ignore that. Okay,
That is not there yet.
that is not there.
Or it is. Donovan, you step into the water. It is 5 feet deep and instantly soaks you to the bone.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm not interested in going for a swim right now.
Can you make sure Elwin Is Soggy's on Elwind's shoulders?
I can use the carry token.
Yep.
I just need to let me move over there for a quick second.
Yeah, and then just hit carry above, and then he'll be
Yeah.
carried on you. Like he's riding ya.
I hit carry above, but showing below my
And Donovan, if you do wish to have your own torch, I do have one.
And
I'd
you can
appreciate.
just grab it right off of the journal. There's grabbables, and you'll see torch. Just go ahead and grab one. And then if you use the grab objects or carry, what's it called? Carry tokens menu.
Yeah.
If you use the carry tokens menu, you can actually carry the torch. It's kind of cool.
So I'm seeing some more stairs down here. That means it gets even deeper.
That means it gets even deeper.
I'm gonna stop right there and just make my way on back to the others.
So this takes, a couple minutes.
Mhm.
Well, not minutes, but like a minute.
Yeah. Well, I went a decent ways out, and there's some more stairs that lead further down, which means we're gonna end up having to go for a swim instead of just walking through this place.
Soggy, as he says the word swim, then you have a flashback to your vision of swimming.
And I just start barfing out water.
Elwyn is
Soggy?
glad that he's already in the water.
Yeah. You alright, Soggy?
Sorry. Not pleasant memory.
Great.
Makes things. Gosh darn it. What's with the puns tonight?
Why else do you think I named him Soggy?
Oh boy.
Did notice that Soggy touched the water, but there didn't
Well, he's
seem
been
to
riding on my
be-
shoulders, so he's above the water.
He would have to be standing straight up, kind of, or sitting on your head to not even touch a toe to the water.
That's a valid point.
And his tail dragging down.
I forgot about the
So-
tail, actually.
so-
I'll give it that one.
I'll do a perception check just to see, did I observe Soggy touch any water?
For sure he touched the water.
I'm gonna throw
Oh.
my rope out to him. My my whip, excuse me.
Okay. So you just kind of toss the whip out at them? Obviously
Yeah.
you're not like lashing them.
No,
That'd
no,
be
I'm just like,
painful.
Get
you
on
know,
the
kinda, you
shore!
know-
Get out of the water!
yeah, no. I'm just kind of like throwing it out there for Soggy to kind of grab onto. If
Yeah.
Soggy
Yeah.
kind like just jumps off of Elwin's shoulders while just spitting out some leftover lake water. Sorry.
It's fine,
Soggy
Soggy.
thinks it was the mention of swimming.
I will be sure to be careful of that in the future, I suppose. Well,
I'll just
If we-
coil my whip back up.
if we're to continue along, we gotta traverse through the water.
Let's see how it goes.
Does
Nicholas
anyone have a
walks
way?
down the stairs?
Wait, probably be a good idea to take our equipment off first.
Paladin gonna paladin. Walks in the water slowly. Full gear.
Full gear. I mean, I'm
Try not to
exactly-
drown, buddy. I hope your equipment doesn't rot.
Holding up Arcadius' blade kind of up in the air like I would a torch, but does anything interesting happen?
I have not yet. I have no idea what the right call is for Einjamin, so I'm just gonna follow my older brother's suit and walk right in.
That works. Just have him kind of shadow me, so to speak, as he is quite comfortable and familiar with being in my shadow.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
Guess I'm getting my stuff wet. I'll say as John, I just kind of walk in, start swimming up to these.
Yep.
Well, it's 5 foot
So
right here.
yeah, it's
So we're just
5 feet, so
walking.
you guys can walk. It's like slow moving terrain, or you can kind of like doggy paddle a little. You know, I mean, it's deep enough to swim. You know.
Yeah. This is the part
Oh,
where
this
it
that we're
starts.
seeing, all this stuff here.
Yes. Yes. So you
Looks like
see
an
the
arm. Is that
ruins. Yep. Not you
How
don't
do
see the
I,
body. You don't see the body. That's not there.
Yeah.
Sorry, how do I
just
put the torch on again?
Well, you can't have a torch in the water now. Well, I mean, you can while you hold it above right now, but soon you won't really be able to. It'll be very
Okay.
it'll be very difficult and require you to make checks beyond just the athletics check to swim. You're also going to have to make dexterity checks to try to keep the torch out of the water.
Sure, no problem.
We're coming up on the deeper water currently.
is all of this impassable?
Uh, the body, no, but the actual like walls here, yes. The body is not there.
Okay, so just going in that direction
Yeah,
to
and
see
Eingerman
what's over
follows you.
here.
I'm gonna drag this across a little bit lower.
And stop. As soon as you stand in front of the statue there, you hear a sickening grinding sound as the statue comes to life.
Oh no.
Oh.
Great.
Oh.
So everybody can roll for initiative.
Saw you with that 19. Nicholas, you're not reacting so hot, man.
Soggy stole my 19.
He stole your 19. Here's what it really was. Nicholas saw it happening. He's like, I'm gonna take a second or two to prepare what I'm gonna do. That's what it was, right?
Totally, yeah. Standing in 5 feet of water. Glad I'm taller than 5 feet.
Yeah, and
this will
so
be
Soggy,
interesting.
you are swimming. I haven't made you roll any athletics checks because you're kobold and you're good at swimming and all that, so you're fine. But just remember that this is rough terrain essentially for you. You can only move half your speed, and anything that you try to do is going to be more difficult because you're trying to stay afloat while doing it.
Of course.
Understanding now, because I couldn't even see this body before, is there anything high up here? Is it all flat? It's just
This is
5 feet
flat.
of water
Yeah,
across.
there's a couple of columns under the water. Like Donovan's kind of standing on one, giving him a little bit of a perch. But other than that, like nothing of note under the body.
And I guess
Which isn't
Donovan has the
there.
high roll. So,
Well, Soggy.
I thought Donovan had a natural 20.
Oh, he rolled too late. What the heck? Here you go. There you go. Now it's Donovan's turn.
I guess being that I'm slow as molasses, we'll see what happens.
Slower than the
Well done. I guess I'm gonna try to go into the darkness.
What? Oh, wait. You're in 5 feet of water, so you can only move half your speed. And you can't move through
So,
these
no problem.
walls. These are walls
Whatever
right
it is.
here.
I'm trying to see the distance of where I can walk here.
So if you click on your token and hold it down and then press Q, it'll like give you a little handy marker. Sometimes you got to move it just a little and then push Q. And you got to continue holding your token like you're about to move it. Yep, that looked like about 20 feet to me.
That was about 15 feet,
15, yep.
but that's good enough. And I guess so. Yeah, so this thing's moving.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh, All right, no problem. I guess I'll use hunter sense on it, and then I'll shoot it with my crossbow.
Yeah, so as you study it with your hunter sense, you instantly get the sense that this thing is invulnerable to most of your non-magical attacks, and by invulnerable I mean resistance. It'll still take, some of the damage, and that it's also immune to many forms of magical attacks as well. And if you want the specific rundown, I'll go ahead and pull that up for you. So,
Guys, we're not gonna beat this thing. We need to get out of here.
That's agreed.
so the golem is immune to any spell or effect that would alter its form. It has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. The golem's weapon attacks are considered magical, and it is immune to poison, psychic, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. Oh, that's immunity, not resistance. And immune to charmed, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, and poisoned.
Well,
Very bad. Soggy can like just panics as he just like as he trying to keep his head above and trying like grabs on to Nicholas to keep his footing. To Nicholas. And then he's going to cast Witch Bolt. Wait, is this normal or is this normal?
Because Nicholas turned up the heat on the Arcadius's blade, it is bright light, so you would be at disadvantage, and it's disadvantage. Because nobody's within 5 feet of him to offset it.
Scratch that. It's going to be going to swing to Donovan.
Yep. And now you're in the dim light and you have advantage. Oh no, they just have disadvantage on attacks against you or something like that. You only have advantage if they're within 5 feet, but you don't have disadvantage, so you're good. $14, unfortunately, is not going to hit his armor class as your spell bounces off of him.
Oh no.
But I prefaced that with 14 not hitting his armor class to make sure you understood that it wasn't like he was just immune to it.
Like I said, we're not beating this fight. Let's get out of here.
Is that your turn, Soggy?
Yes, it is. I was trying to click the done button.
Yep. No, you're okay.
Elwin's going to take a few seconds to think before he moves forward and pulls
Up on
back.
that pillar, you don't have disadvantage trying to use a weapon in the water.
I wasn't going to be trying to do that. Actually.
Oh, Okay. Well,
I was going a different tactic.
I was just
Yeah.
letting you know that if you stand on that pillar, you're up high enough to where it's like waist deep, and you can use a weapon effectively.
Good to know. But Elwin's gonna pull back his hood to show his ears before shouting at the golem, "Please stop! They're with me."
You can roll a untrained intelligence check to see if you remember something.
Okay, there it is.
You remember that each of these cities would have like a safe word, a automatic shut off safety switch to make sure that, the golem didn't rampage and kill everybody. If only you could like somehow know what this city was and what its safe word was.
All right then. Would I possibly be able to use like my turn just trying to think and try to remember at all?
Well, I mean,
Maybe.
it's not like everybody knows every city's safe word,
Yeah, that's why I was.
like you
That's why I
you
was like,
know that
could
there
I?
is a safe word, but you don't know what this city even is, let alone what their safe word would be. But there's got to be
Okay.
a way, right? I
Mhm.
mean, would the DM just kill you all for no reason?
Probably not. Hmm. I think that's gonna end my turn right there.
Well, brother, I don't know what you plan on doing, but I think it's best if I take the dodge action and just kind of stand here and make sure none of these other guys get hit. And the golem steps forward and slams Nicholas or Eingerman because
I'm gonna die.
he's got disadvantage.
Ouch. That seems painful.
He slams Eingerman to the ground so hard that you swear he must be dead and broken.
No!
Oh, that is pain.
Then with one shot, he's killing us. Don't really qualify as being unholy.
No, it's not unholy.
About as unholy as Elwin is, unfortunately.
Knows maybe Arcadius Blade was a an elven relic. Gonna try a straight attack just to see. Hold on, no. That would pretty much kill Angerman. So,
Can I roll an investigation check on my next turn?
Yeah, we'll deal with that when we get to your turn.
Einjamin's still bleeding out.
Yeah, poor
Uh,
Benjamin.
Yeah,
I'm just glad I
um,
didn't roll any higher.
I know, right?
I thought with disadvantage
Uh,
for sure there was a chance I'd miss, you know?
Some pretty heavy math in there.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like this was a calculated attack against Einjamin specifically.
Nah.
I even took the dodge action.
No, Nicholas is. I'm going to move over here and then take the attack.
Okay.
Unless I have some sense that it is completely futile.
Well, other than the fact that the statue is like 50 feet tall? No.
Yeah, that's pretty indicative. Yeah, so I'm going to try to just grab Nicholas. Is he conscious or out?
He is conscious per 5th edition
so-
rules.
Okay, then he won't resist as I drag him along, and I'm going to dash just to try to get up and out because that thing can't go through the tunnel. If I can make it to the tunnel with Einjamin dragging him along, then I can at least toss him down the tunnel and go from there. And with a dash and everything, that's my move, and I'm done.
Donovan.
I'm gonna roll an investigation check.
Yes, so roll investigation and religion.
All right.
And religion.
One moment, please.
Donovan, please do something.
Okay, so the first thing that you notice in your investigation is that all of the elven pantheon gods are like laid out in a pattern. It's not just like all of the gods in like a scene and there's like one of each. It's like there's Corleone, Lolth, um, Sylvestera or whatever her name is. I'm really bad with names. I don't have all of them in front of me. Um, and it's not important. It's not like this is a puzzle to where I had this laid out and everything. But basically, the gods repeat themselves in specific patterns, like Morse code or something like that. But do you speak Elven?
I do speak Elven.
You do?
What?
Word. Okay, so you then know that each of the elven letters in their names, if you take the first letter, it's spelling out the elven word for peace, and if you speak that word, perhaps something will happen.
All right. Well, what is?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you have to know. Speak the elven word for peace. Do it now.
I'll speak the Elven word for peace then.
Yeah, I don't have the elven word for peace memorized. I'm sorry. I'm not Tolkien. I don't have the backstory for every tree branch and a full language for every, you know, race in the world. But yes, that works. There you go. The Colossus returns to his silent vigil.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and rapidly squint over
Ooh,
to the
Sophie
lake
is
to the
glad
lake.
we are not.
You glance over to what?
I ran over to Einjamin over here, swimming over, splash, splash, splash. We
Oh,
gotta
Sonic, go
get
ahead
him
and take
back
him up
onto
to the
the
dry ground. Yeah, take him up to the dry
Yeah, I'm gonna
ground.
help you.
Did anybody get the license plate of that ox cart?
Don't worry, I did, Einjamin. I got it.
I'm gonna sue that guy.
Elwin's not even gonna bother to put his hood up by this point, given what happened.
Well, Donovan spoke Elvish. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, that caught me off guard. Donovan, where did you learn Elven?
I think we have more important matters to focus on. Your friend is bleeding.
And now he's not.
According to my book, he seems just fine to me. It's not bleeding.
Don't worry about it. Why don't we focus on not getting killed by the next?
Do you teach everyone to say that keyword in case we meet any other golem?
I suppose I'll repeat myself and say the word for peace again to these guys. I'm not sure if it'll work on the next one though. Who
Okay,
knows if each one needs their own password?
so now what I need each of you to do is roll a intelligence check to see if you're able to properly enunciate and pronunciate the word.
Oh, so I don't need to do that.
Yeah, no, Elwin, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
You-
I was pulling up my sheet, getting ready to hit it. And I was like, oh,
What is it that we need to roll?
You know how to trill your R's.
no, not true.
Intelligent, you said?
Yeah, unskilled intelligence check in order to be able to properly enunciate this. Oh, I suppose I should roll for Einjamin.
It would be recommended.
Bad juju to let the DM roll for you. Okay, so Soggy and Einjamin are unable to properly do it, and Nicholas, as always, just steps in and is like, "It's Levioso," and he's right, of course, as always.
It's actually Este, metagaming speaking.
So, yeah, for Soggy, it's something to do with his more draconic mouth shape, and Einjamin is just Einjamin.
Estrik. Estrik. Is it Estrik?
Well, now that that's out of the way with the golem, shall we continue exploring as we have in this room?
Yes, yes.
Swim, swim. Swim, swim. Got to the same point we were at.
All right, wait, guys. Let's think about this. If this golem here was set to attack anyone who entered and didn't know the word, there's definitely something worth here protecting. That might not be the only trap here. So watch yourselves and be careful.
But would you like to lead the way then? That way you can ensure that we don't stumble over any traps.
I'm not
Yes,
really
detective.
a trap expert.
Moving right along. Do, 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 do. Einjamin, come on, man. Do, 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 do. Don't dawdle. Do,
Sorry,
do, do,
I'm
do,
still a
do.
little concussed, I think.
So,
I mean, I'm
it seemed like
sorry,
there was nothing
I'm
up here.
sorry, brother. I got hit so hard I forgot my accent.
there's nothing up here, right?
Oh, I mean, there's just a stairway.
We could see around it.
Yeah. Just a stairways leading around there. That's where some of the pictures of the
Okay,
gods
so
are.
it's a closed area.
And there's like a
Um,
statue of a god in here. And then it gets deep over here.
We're now swimming.
Swimming.
I'll roll an intelligence check with you, or
Swim.
investigation too.
Oh, wait, brother.
See if we can-
It's hard for me to swim with this armor on.
no, you've got a bad fin, Einjamin.
So what does that investigation roll reveal for Elwyn?
I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just
as-
sort of looking around for traps as we're going through.
Yeah, as Elwyn looks around, he knows that the elves used magical wards more than traps. But what he does find is that this city is very, very old, even older than the architecture above first suggested. And this is one of the first great cities that was built here in the new continent.
I'll let everyone know that just for fun fact.
Yeah, I mean they had built other cities, but this was
Ariel.
their culmination, you know. This was Rome.
Older than the dream walking. But it isn't older than the dream walking.
And so Einjamin kind of looks at his brother and he's like, well, what are we gonna do, brother? I can't swim with this armor on.
Well, looks like we need to get naked. I mean, take off the armor. Maybe not get naked.
Ah, so getting naked increases your power level.
Only for me. Yeah. Ladies love cool Nick.
So you guys kind of strip off your metal armor and leave it back over by the dry land.
But my leather armor.
You're wearing padded armor that amounts to leather armor underneath.
I'm talking about with
anybody with anything not metal, you're fine.
Okay, I wanted to make sure about that real quick.
So Einjamin and Nicholas have what amounts to leather armor on. That's just the padding and everything underneath their armor.
I know what the name is. I can't remember for that, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's a real thing. I try to be, realistic and logical.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the name of it off the top of my head. I couldn't do it. But
I'm
anyway.
bad with names sometimes, Sometimes I know it, but sometimes not so much.
It's all good. Well, which way shall we head? There's a tunnel that leads off to the right here, up and down, forks off, and we got off to the left.
You're the great leader, brother. What do you think?
That was Elwyn speaking.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking.
Is there any indication of anything more interesting one way or the other?
No, and
Anything that looks more like on the right, it looks more natural-ish.
Yeah, definitely.
Based off Elwyn's thoughts of knowledge of how Elven cities are structured, would he have an idea of which way would hold the most benefit to us?
No, and especially with it being in ruins like this, there's just no way to know for sure.
I figured I'd ask.
Logically, if this was a great city, as you say, then going into weird caves might not be as productive as sticking to the areas that were actually built out.
Possibly, but as you can see, like this whole place is kind of like melded in with the natural structure because it's been sunk for so many centuries and millennia, possibly.
It's all to hell. Huh?
Soggy swims over here. Does he find anything?
Seaweed, maybe a fish. You want to fish?
Choke on it.
Oh, dang.
Pretty
Soggy
coughed up
kinda
stuff.
like-
guys.
I think he said don't choke on it, and we just missed the
Oh.
don't.
Yeah,
And I
Soggy
did say
just
don't,
Kind
yeah.
of like
Oh.
watches as the fish passes by and kind of like gets them, and his sight almost blends the spots on its face to look kind of like similar to the bunyip's face, and he kind of like just shakes his head and it just fades back.
Okay.
Anything over there,
Question:
Soggy?
How deep is this water where we're in?
Like
Is
10
that as
feet.
deep as
Like
it's
10
been?
feet.
Just like 10 feet.
It's deep.
I'm gonna ask. Hey, you might take in the front with that glow.
Head off towards the forked path.
Absolutely.
There's nothing over there, Nicholas.
It's just Soggy fishing for fish.
Fishing for fish.
This way, then we can see.
Come along, Soggy. Use that tail of yours
Oh,
to
wait. Nope.
move fast.
We're going up.
DM says we're going up because Eingerman over there wants to be angsty and rebel against everyone.
Only way to go.
Hey, DM, I want to ask you about something.
Yeah.
Class build related. I don't want to interrupt things now, so when we have a chance, let me know if we can talk. When we can talk about it.
Sure, no problem.
I see a lot of torches.
I don't think those are there.
Are they there?
Yeah, I don't know
Are they
what
magic
happened. I
torches?
don't know if somebody like grabbed torches or something.
Oh, I thought they might have been magic torches. The fancy stuff.
Nah,
Maybe
that-
they're
They're
like
not actually lit.
glowing
So
out.
it
Okay,
doesn't
so-
matter.
As you guys
Uh-oh.
move
Dun,
ahead,
dun, dun, dun.
you can see a giant crab. And it sees you. And in this deep of water, you guys are at a disadvantage. So roll for initiative.
Well, this should be fun.
Oh, it did get less deep though. It's still only 5 feet deep,
It's only 5 feet deep. Okay.
but that's deep, you know.
Yeah, it's deep. It's not as deep as it was. That's the full 10.
So Donovan and Einjamin, that's me,
Do that initiative thing. Click.
and Nicholas.
Click.
Man, Donovan still beat me up.
He is good. He pretty much goes first every round.
Man, I rolled 22 and he still beat me up.
I know. Is it
Insanity.
hurting your elven pride?
It's hurting you. No. I was just making a remark. Elves are obviously incredibly humble folk.
So Donovan remembers that the crabs can be quite aggressive, but they're not as huge of a threat as, you know, what is necessary to necessarily kill them. A show of force can sometimes drive them off.
All right. I'm gonna say crabs are pretty strong in the water, but they're easy to scare.
Yes, Soggy knows this.
Well, if any of you guys are good at scaring anything off, that would be a good time to try. And I guess I'm gonna move up against this wall and ready my crossbow.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then I do gotta go. Makes things difficult with Nicholas being right there in the way. I'm, hmm. Could I potentially fire an arrow over Nicholas's head to like over here, just to have a bursting arrow go off to cause like a, just for mainly the sound, try to scare the crabs off, like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna target the crab just for simplicity's sake. But, yeah.
So yeah, no problem. You have it burst over there, and the explosion goes right next to the crab and actually deals the 3 force damage to him.
Alright then. And that'll end my turn right there.
Hearing the explosion, this giant crab kind of takes a defensive position and raises its claws. This crab backs away and takes a defensive position and raises its claws.
See, and Nicholas didn't get damaged by my bursting arrow.
First time for everything.
Sir Nicholas.
Step out, brandish Arcadius blade with a mighty yell. For anything, or
Yeah, I want you to roll intimidate just to see what you roll.
Just to see what you roll. That way, if you roll a nat 1, you're gonna poke your eye out.
scary?
With a flaming blade, yeah, it is.
So yeah, you are quite intimidating even to a creature such as a crab, and they actually begin to back away.
I'll move the rest of my movement to try to climb up on this rock. And that'll do me. Done. I'm trying to click on done. There we go.
Soggy kind of like. How far can Soggy move?
Soggy can move his whole speed because he's such an agile swimmer.
So Soggy's gonna move
Soggy.
over here and help scare off the giant crabs.
Just like takes his
Like
tail and just turns it
said,
into a motor.
use his prestidigitation to kind of like scare off the crowds by kind of like producing these frightening floating drawings of like the of skeletal fishes.
If you don't mind, I like the image of Soggy climbing up next to Nicholas and imitating exactly what he did by using prestidigitation to make the faint image of a glowing like sword, like a lightsaber toy almost, as he
Ooh.
waves his hand around imitating what Nicholas just did.
Yeah, that would be good.
Scary together, Soggy.
Yes, yes.
All right. So yeah, you join in. And Einjamin, kind of slogs his way forward and uses his pike or javelin to, fend off the crabs as well. But as I said, they do appear to be backing up.
Hey, these are the relatively unknown chicken crabs.
Tastes like chicken.
Act like chickens.
So yeah, if you guys are not interested in pursuing the crabs, we can end the combat here as they back up.
Cool.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I guess I'll just crack my whip.
Yeah. They all just back up. They don't want any part of you. They keep their claws out defensively, but other than that,
That's right, stay back. You don't want to have pizza this.
they're hungry, but not hungry enough to take on 2 Jedi and an exploding arrow Hawkeye.
What did I roll on that attack roll anyway?
Don't forget Batman. We're
Tw-
studs.
Yeah, 28 or 24, something
I'd roll
like that.
26.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Because knowing my luck, it would have been the 1.
I look at Elwyn. Nicholas looks at Elwyn. Elwyn, I know your archer's sight is very keen. Can you see anything outside the range of vision? And I doff the completely turn off Arcadius. Well, I guess dim vision.
leave it
right?
on,
So
it
I just
makes
turn
it-
it down.
Doesn't. I just
Okay,
see
hold on 1 second. Let me.
ruin.
I'm gonna turn it
Ruined
back up
space.
afterwards. So
Oh. Okay, then I'm just gonna leave it.
I just see ruins, Nicholas. That's all I see in any direction by this point. Nothing to really indicate which way to go.
Soggy, are you able to navigate these waters?
Soggy can do.
I think that means get to swimming.
Sorry, I
Gomlin's gonna
didn't hear
crack the
anything
whip.
for a minute. So yeah, just if Soggy has full movement, then let's con a little with stealth. I'll turn the light down. Keep it down.
Oh, you want the light down now? Okay.
And let me take it. Let me take it all the way dim as it can be.
Yeah, you said that you wanted it to be.
I
Oh,
know,
you
but
you
now
want it
I'm-
as dim
I
as
know.
it can be? Hold on, let me do that then. That's
Turns it
Not
completely off.
off. Not
no,
off. But
no.
but
There's a
dim.
different. Yeah, there's a different setting.
And then let Soggy try to stealth.
And you can
try to
even
move
turn it down
around.
to that dim.
Nah, that's a little bit too much. I want to be able to see in front of me.
Okay, too dim.
What I'll do is, depending on if Soggy goes out of sight, which he will pretty quickly for me, but Nicholas asks Elwyn, with your sight, if I should the light.
You cut out there in the middle. Is what
Well,
with light?
Let me know if I should bring it up,
Okay.
and then we're gonna let Soggy do some recon if he's up for it.
Soggy, you see lots of fish.
That one's gonna move out to right there. Just sort of trying to keep an eye on Soggy as best he can with his range of vision.
What's in this room?
A crab.
A normal sized crab.
Nope, a giant crab.
Look. Soggy's like, uh-oh. And he doesn't and tries to be intimidating as possible. Like,
Or you could
trying
just
to
swim away as the crab kind of skitters forward at you. You can just be like, bye.
See you okay down there, Soggy?
crab down there.
It gives up after you swim away quickly.
Let us know if you find a tunnel or some such.
Soggy will let friends know.
Oh, you can't talk from that far away.
Yes, but he hears and understands.
Soggy is gone for quite a while as he's swimming around. You guys have a
Oh,
minute to like discuss what's going on.
well. Seems Soggy has passed outside of my range of sight.
Don't ask me what to do.
Soggy gets at
I
a
can't
yip
see
as
for
he
shit.
finds a cave, as he finds a path forward.
Can I make a perception check to see if I hear that? Since he's outside of.
Yeah, he's pretty
Since you
far.
said he was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perception.
Yeah, you hear him. It's a faint yip, but it's coming from up ahead.
I hear Soggy in the distance. I think he found something.
And I'll bring Arcadius Blade up to full light
Okay.
and let Elwyn take a point. And Benjamin, stay behind us.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. Yes, of
I just
course.
think this interaction is funny.
You know what's right.
So, yes, I do.
So I'll go
I'm
for
just gonna.
this way.
I'm going to let Elwyn get some distance, right? Get to the edge of the light.
Do I hear Soggy off to the left or right here?
Left.
Left. Okay. Yeah, he passed out of my sight before I could see which way he went as far as that went down.
Oh, wait up, Donovan. You're the only one I can stand of these guys.
Because evidently Nicholas is being unbearable.
Nicholas prefers the lizard to his own brother.
That was never explicitly stated.
Actually, it was pretty explicitly. I mean, unless it was a total joke, but it was pretty explicitly stated. I assume that it was like half jesting how bluntly it was stated, but yeah.
You know, brothers, they can be buttholes.
Yes.
So we're kind of crowded up here.
I'm staying behind you like you asked, brother.
Okay, so now we make it to Soggy. It's an interesting little room up here. Anything in here?
Actually, roll for investigate.
I can do that.
You can.
Soggy can.
It can
Is-
fail.
Yeah. So luckily your brother is behind you and he says, "Oh, let me take a look. What are you looking at there, brother?"
Do you even know what I'm looking at? And I look at Anjum.
Yeah, I guess if he finds something here, that's actually like not great.
Should check.
And determined to prove his brother wrong, he thoroughly investigates. And over here, he finds a loose stone. And behind that loose stone, he finds an elven inscription written on a piece of gold leaf parchment. It's like gold foil, but feels like paper.
Good thing that Nicholas knows Elvish. What does it say?
It's a spell.
It's a spell?
And well, you don't know what
On
spell it is
parchment.
because not parchment. It's like gold foil, but it feels like paper. And it's a scroll. It's a golden scroll with an elven scripted spell inscribed upon it.
Well, Angeman, perhaps you can be useful and decipher this once we're out of this soggy area.
Ha ha! Soggy heard joke. Soggy thinks it's funny.
We shall name
Right,
this
I'm
after
back.
you, Soggy. We are indeed in the Soggy City.
Soggy has never been named after a city. This is very nice. So,
Okay,
Can
so
I
what is
make-
it we're seeing here? I see like
So
a
now
wall.
you
What
see,
is- what is-
yeah. So now you see like a more beach-like area. What there is a huge temple rising up out of the water and the sands of the beach here.
It stands to reason there might be something of intrigue within a temple.
Yes, Soggy agrees.
Soggy, you see a tiny hole that you could squeeze through.
But Soggy also sees a ghost.
Oh, what? That's supposed to be on the GM layer. No, you don't.
Mistakes were made.
No, no.
That's meta
You,
knowledge.
you don't see anything.
Soggy sees hole.
Actually, no, wait. I like this. As
You
the
like it?
as the warlock, you did see a faint spirit pass through the wall and enter the room before dissipating before your eyes.
Soggy, do you see that?
Everyone, I think hole is haunted.
Well, we have dealt with ghosts before.
sturdy as that hole? I guess Donovan can go right through it.
Well, you'd have to squeeze to get through there, and it's actually going to require an acrobatics check because that's how tight it is.
So that means even taking off gear, you'd have to chuck the gear through first and then squeeze through. Is what you're saying.
Well, not quite, but you do have to make an acrobatics check, and you pass.
Donovan's in there. Nice.
So you
Donovan's
squirm in there.
This wants to rush in there based on what Soggy
Mr.
said.
Nicholas.
Hopefully I can get through as well. You
Ghost
said
is in there.
acrobatics.
Sword can banish it.
And you squeeze through.
When you're not weighed down by that metal armor currently. So it makes it a little easier on you.
Now, how do I pull out my torch?
So you just go to the journal, and under grabbables, there's a torch. You just drag it onto the screen.
Oh, come on. Ouch.
On
Angeman.
Angeman.
Einjamin gets stuck in the hole and
I'm
can't
gonna grab hold of Angeman.
and can't make it through. Help!
With a-
Help!
with
Elwin's
a
gonna try to help him out.
happy little girl stuff.
Do I need to roll anything to help him? Or
Soggy's gonna
No,
try
you
and
just
push him
you just
out.
declare that you're helping, and so now I roll with advantage. All right.
what rolls that crit?
I
Hated
stop panicking and I suck in my breath and squeeze through. And as soon as I do, the ghost appears and screams, "Unholy one, prepare to die."
We tell
I see.
which one it was talking to?
Nope. You just hear the voice and then the ghost appears.
Well. It's a very aggressive ghost. Much like Arcadius.
What does the ghost look like?
Exactly like what you see in the picture. It is a wraith-like skeleton with a hooded cloak and a purple glowing sword.
Purple.
It's Mace Windu.
It's got the Mace Windu lightsaber.
It's the Mace Windu
A
to
spectral blade.
it's Arcadius's counterpart.
It is amazing that you say that because that's like kind of true. Like not counterpart, like not opposite, but like it's his like ally.
It's Darth Windu.
Darth Windu.
All right, is that everybody? Excellent.
Eingerman over there rolling the crits for days.
Einjamin gets a little shook, but summons his javelin and throws it at the ghost. The javelin strikes the ghost and passes right through him.
Benjamin, we've tried this before, man. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I'm not the ghost busting expert that you are.
Okay.
Sir Soggy.
Soggy's going to blast it with an Eldritch Blast. Go away, ghost!
Ouch.
As you blast your Eldritch Blast at it, it holds out its sword, and your Eldritch power seems to be absorbed into the blade.
Uh-oh.
Looks like Nicholas. Did you know you could do that?
Enough of this foul apparition. Oh! Doobie doobie dooba doobie doobie dooba.
What'd you say?
Gonna do? I said doobie doobie dooba.
He turned around to look at you as soon as he said that.
It's Ghosty, Ghosty the Ghosty Ghost. Yeah, so gonna likely add a smite onto this. Just gonna say
Just for
that.
good measure.
You're just giving the ghost a heads up. Just so that you know, if this hits, I'm going to smite you.
I'm gonna make sure you rue the day.
So as you swing at the ghost, he holds up his ethereal purple blade, blocking Arcadius's blade from striking through, and the two give off a sparking energy of golden and purple sparks.
Fancy.
Unforeseen this was.
I got lost in my adjectives because I had already said sparking and I didn't know how else to describe the sparks. It happens. If you write it out beforehand, you can adjust that stuff.
Let's see what the ghostie's got.
Oh, it's funny you should say that because he focuses directly on you as he flies forward.
Of course.
And this is gonna say Withering Touch, but it's his sword.
It's really
Withering
DM's trying to-
Slash.
God dang.
Oh, there we go.
So
Don't die on us yet.
he critically hits you for 31 points of necrotic damage. However, you hold up Arcadius's blade as this happens, and although he hits you, it seems as though you are resistant to necrotic damage while wielding Arcadius's blade, an unknown side effect.
Fancy.
So points, what does that turn into?
That's 15 points of damage.
Okay.
It's still a lot.
Nowhere near as bad
for
as
sure.
it was.
I mean, it ain't great.
For sure. Donovan, come on and help us out.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move on over here, and I'm gonna whip at it.
Teach it a lesson. Though that might be one of its kinks. You don't know.
We already learned the safe word.
I feel that roll on a particular level. With that min damage. I feel it on a personal level.
So Donovan, as you whip at it, you feel a surge come over you. You're not quite able to use your 4th level abilities, but you're getting close. So whatever we end up choosing, that's going to be like the precursor to that. Is you're feeling new powers come on.
Cool.
But the whip does nothing.
Cool. I can't really do a lot against ghosts.
Would
Well,
Ellen
just to be clear, you did not hit his armor class.
Wow, that's a high AC. Would Elwyn be able to connect the fact that Arcadius and the blade that the ghost is wielding seem to be twin blades in a sense?
Roll
Or at least similar?
roll history.
History. Come on, yeah. Darn it.
Well, you can't remember.
Can't remember everything. Well, in that case, I'm gonna try to defuse the situation like I did with the golem. I'm trying to think of what I'm saying. Ghost, why are you attacking those that I've brought here? Just sort of trying to get its attention on the fact that I am, in fact, an elf and everything. Just trying to do what I can. Got the DM thing.
That's
was
all.
that
That's
for?
all it says.
Oh. That's gonna end my turn because Elwyn knows that the damage he deals would not suffice.
Maybe you can move out of range, kind of.
Sir Eingeman. Fog. Smoke. Fancy.
I would imagine that would be a different sound effect, like
Yes, well, having all different sound effects takes quite a bit, so I build up my library bit by bit. All right, so you guys get it. There's fog.
Fog.
Zog is like, this is thick as soupy soup. And the question,
Yes?
uh, Can Cradle Destroy Water eliminate the fog?
Per the raw, probably not, but because fog is just water molecules in the air, I'm going to go with yes.
So, can I get rid of it with Create or Destroy Water?
Yes.
Well, Soggy just does that. So, cast spell. Soggy casts his Create or he just tries to eliminate the fog, the mist, the fog with his eldritch powers.
List.
And you do.
Go away, fog. You're not wanted. And that ends my turn, correct?
Anjamin says, why did you do that? I was trying to give cover for my brother.
But I thought Ghost made it. Soggy is very stupid, isn't he?
It's okay. My brother will just have to die.
Let's just see about that.
Come on, Nicholas. We're just all standing off to the side, basically just watching this happen. Or at least Elwin is.
Nicholas,
Is he
he's our man.
flanked?
No, he's not flanked, unfortunately. You do strike him finally,
And
dealing 6
I'm
radiant
gonna add
damage.
that smite.
Add that smite onto it. Knock him out. Come on.
Remember, which was the smite? Which is the smite that I can add? Let me go to
Well,
the book.
there's the divine smite or whatever, which is just the regular one that you can just do all the time, and then there's a couple of smite spells that you can cast that also add to your attacks.
There's one that I can say
Yep, just straight up
yeah,
divine smite. It's
Here.
right next to initiative.
divine smite. Then let me boink. Target is undead. Yes.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yep. So you
Eight
deal
radiant.
deal 8 radiant plus 6 radiant for 14 radiant, and an additional 1, which is also radiant, for 15 radiant. And he is vulnerable to radiant damage.
And I'll just stop there. Done. See what he's got now.
Sorry, Ghost. Getting ready to knock you
Parry,
out.
dodge.
Well, that's a familiar move, ain't it?
Oh boy. Is
Charisma saving throw.
that indeed the next step here? Charisma saving throw?
Yes,
DM?
it is. Yes, it is. Difficulty
If
class
he
13.
possesses me, this is ridiculous. I'm ready and ha.
Oh, good job. You passed that easily.
Yep, you are not possessed.
The charismatic Nicholas getting possessed. Ha. That's what he's known for. Donovan. Who always seems to have an affinity for going before the elf consistently. Just saying.
You there, Donovan?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm sorry. I'm not really sure how I can help.
No, I
Um,
understand. It's hard when creatures are, resistant to non-magical attacks, but it's not immune. It's just you have to hit its armor class.
That one's gonna back off a little bit and fire off a regular arrow. Try to see if that does anything.
You strike the ghost with the arrow. It seems to hit it, but sort of pass through as well. It tears at some of the ethereal form, though, dealing a small amount of damage.
Alright. That'll end my turn right there. Just
Einjamin
consistently.
steps to the side and tries to throw a javelin. And it passes right through the ghost again.
Man, Einerman has consistency with hitting 14s.
Yeah. What do you got, Soggy?
Soggy's going to cast another Eldritch Blast onto the ghost. Stupid ghost! Hold still!
Again, your Eldritch Blast seems to be absorbed into the purple glowing blade.
Why is I think he hates. I think Ghost doesn't like me if he has sword like that.
You're just missing his armor class, just to be clear.
Do this again. Here we go. I'm gonna try to hit him there. Gonna whack. Slice out.
Ouch.
He blocks with his blade, and this time Arcadius's blade seems to dim slightly.
That's worrying.
Well, that's my turn though, so gonna see what happens now. Parry dodge.
Please don't die.
The odds he
Parry
could crit
riposte.
again. Come on. What are the odds?
He's gonna parry riposte you next week.
About 1 in
but-
20.
Apparently my dimness just went. So now it's a little scary.
Spooky.
He flies right past you. You may take an attack of opportunity as he leaves your threatened square.
I will do that, in fact.
Soggy's like, oh, he really is after.
You hit him, dealing 11 radiant damage, which he is still vulnerable to.
Oh, that divine smite business. How many times can I do that?
It costs you your spell points, which you're down to 1 left.
Yeah. No, that's a second level, so that's it actually.
Oh, yep,
So,
there it is.
I'm done.
Man. Ouch.
Einjamin falls to 0 hit points and is unconscious and dying.
Well,
No good.
that is
Now he moved into range for Donovan and Elwyn and Soggy.
Yes, but it's only when you move out of the threatened range that you get an
Okay, cool.
attack of opportunity.
And ranged weapons don't get that option for taking attacks of opportunity. Otherwise, that would be ridiculously overpowered.
Right, although I think close quarters combat or something like that close quarter shot gives you some ability of that. I could be mistaken, but
I think it just removes the 5-foot disadvantage as well as gives
Oh.
like a couple other benefits.
oh, okay, so it still doesn't give you the attack of opportunity.
No, I don't. I think there might be a feat, but
If there's
I
not,
can't
I'm
remember.
definitely gonna make one for that, but yeah.
That'd be an interesting feat to take.
So Donovan, you are in melee range with the ghost.
I'm gonna swing my club at it. I mean, my mace. I guess it's a hand axe.
Your mace is a hand axe. All right. Well, you actually used it as a ranged attack, but that's okay. You hit, dealing 5 slashing damage. However, once again, it seems to semi-pass through the ghost, and it only deals half the damage, but you still dealt damage.
Cool.
All right. Seeing that Donovan's on the other side, I'm actually going to move up to here. That way, when the arrow passes through, it's not going to be hitting Donovan as well.
Oh, and you should have rolled that with advantage, because you're flanking with Einjamin.
He
Well,
hit,
Einjamin's
so
unconscious. Does that really count then?
Oh, Einjamin's unconscious. You're right. Oh, I should set him as unconscious. That would help me remember that stuff.
It generally does, don't it? Come on, big money. Of course.
Once again, you
it's
hit, but
it's a hit.
Yeah, I hit, but it's not the critical. I'm just waiting on it. I'm actually going to take it this time. I'm going to use my action surge. Fire another shot.
Nice.
Gosh darn it. Still not. Okay. Oh, it's a little bit of damage.
yep, your arrows pepper the ghost, dealing small amounts of damage as it tears at its ethereal form.
That'll end my turn.
Einjamin rolls a death saving throw.
Big money.
That's
The Dungeon
one
Master's
pass.
fighting
Hey.
to stay alive.
Yeah.
It's now Thuggy.
Soggy yells, "Get away! Get away!" And you cast Mind Sliver on the.
As your psychic bolt goes at it, it holds out its sword and seems to absorb the eldritch power.
It's Mind Sliver, not.
It's a save.
It's still eldritch power. All of your powers are eldritch. Oh, it's a save. Oh, haha.
Yeah.
Then I have advantage on this. My bad. I was like, oh, you didn't hit 13?
So did it roll a third?
It's
Getting there.
rolling. It's rolling. Hold on.
Just give it a few moments.
Even
Oh,
with
it did
advantage, it
not.
does not save.
Oh, Soggy.
Sorry for the win. With a 3 psychic damage.
So what happens when the attack hit?
It took 3 psychic damage as your eldritch power blasts into its ethereal form.
But it's a mental damage. So what exactly?
That's a good point. Let me check and make sure he's not immune to that. Nope.
I know, is Nicholas planning to charge forward, just run it straight through the back?
Nope. It's not immune to it. Alright, never mind.
Might have taken it out. Who knows? Patient over here.
Patience is a virtue.
Is that your turn, Soggy?
Yes, it is.
All right, and
I was expecting more character in like how the attack works.
It's kind
Because
of show
because
mental
it's
damage.
because it's psychic?
Yeah, it's not just an eldritch bolt.
No. But it's
But
still
also, it
eldritch
seems
power.
like the past turn button is missing.
You have to click it on in bar.
okay, so he is flanked.
If you step
Between
forward with
Donovan-
Soggy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's in a 5-foot reach, so gonna go for the Arcadius Blade. This should be with advantage, correct?
Yes.
He's hit.
So you hit, striking him in the back with Arcadius's blade, and his form dissipates.
I immediately rush over to Eingeman and do lay on hands. Use all that I got.
You're actually out for the day, I thought.
No, this is we
Oh
just
yeah,
walked in here. I never used
yeah,
damage.
you're right.
I use all that I got, which is 15 at this point. 3, 5 per.
Wait, because you had healed him for
Charisma,
5. You had
something.
healed him for 5 before when he got smashed by the golem. So
Those cure wounds.
Oh, that was cure. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I used 2 cure wounds. That's why I only. That's why I didn't have anything left. Points time paladin level times 5. So yeah, 15.
Yep.
Gets him up and alive.
Yes, it does.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank you, brother. As the ghost form dissipates, he says, "Fools."
That is haunting.
And DM, you had mentioned that Arcadius Blade had dimmed. And it certainly seems more dim now than full strength.
Yes, and you don't seem to be able to make it any brighter.
Cool.
It seems as though some
Being
of
the
its
case-
power has diminished.
Drop out a torch. And sit and have a conversation with Eingeman.
Role play. While other guys are looking around.
Yeah, yeah. So Elwyn, it gets a little deeper over there again.
How tall are these columns?
The columns pretty much go up to the ceiling, which is like a 30-foot vaulted
Soggy is
arch.
in this area. He's going to make an investigation check.
All right. You find a crab hiding down in the little pool.
Now 20.
As you are investigating, the crab rises up out of the water, threatening you with its pincers.
Soggy just runs away. Yeah! Why is it me and crabs?
The water gets deeper over there.
Now even Soggy could swim.
You're already having to swim. I'm just letting you know it gets deeper and darker over there.
Well, Soggy's a kobold, so he's able. Just swimming through it.
Roll perception. You see as the water begins to rise and a giant snake slithers towards you. Oh no, don't go nowhere. Get back.
Soggy just
Oh no.
makes like a
Go right
torpedo
back.
and just rushes back.
Nope, go right back where you were. You're rolling for initiative. Everybody else can roll for initiative too, but this first round is a surprise round. So nobody except for Soggy and the snake can act in the first round. But go ahead and roll. That way you can get in on the second round. The snake comes forward and bites at Soggy. Does a 14 hit your armor class?
Yes, it does.
You take 13 piercing damage as the snake bites onto you.
Ah!
You are also now grabbed.
Soggy yells at the top of his lungs, "Help!" And he tries to struggle free.
Roll.
That's a
Yep. Roll
That's a-
either athletics or unskilled strength. You actually managed to pry the giant snake's jaws open and free yourself.
So do I just
You can move now. But it would get an attack of opportunity.
Disengage.
Yeah.
Disengage.
I take a turn to disengage. Is this
That-
as far as I can
Yeah,
go?
that's about as far as you can go.
Like, help! Snake! Also, you didn't remove the. I still see 24 health.
Oh, yeah, I didn't remove your health. Usually, most players do that. There you go.
Yeah, sorry.
Do
I
you
know.
want
I
us?
know.
No, it's
Do
okay.
you want us to keep track of our own HP?
You can just push the minus if you like. If it's too much trouble, that's fine. I'll do it. It's not a big deal. I'm not like saying you guys have to. I'm just saying most players just prefer to do it, in my experience. But if you don't, that's fine. Is that your turn then, Soggy?
Yeah, since I can't take any other action.
I am going to run and jump in and swim over. I guess I'll see Soggy there. I guess that'll be my turn. But Soggy, are you okay?
Giant water, big snake. Ah!
I'm gonna grab onto Soggy and kind of help him out.
Okay.
Yeah, I still don't have any ranged weapons, do I? And I gotta fix that somewhere along the line. Can't even see the snake, so I'm just going to move forward. How deep is the water? 5 feet?
5 feet right there. Yeah.
I'm just gonna move to right there, to the edge. And the measly rest of my space. And just be prepared to help. This is where I get shot in the head.
Oh, I was muted. My bad. I'm just holding action for when I see the snake.
Benjamin will jump in after his brother and pick up his javelin and prepare to launch an attack as soon as he sees the snake.
Got 3 held attacks. Nice. And he runs away. Oh, good crikey, look at that thing.
Would you look at the
Oh,
size of that
good.
thing, brother?
Oh, good goodness.
That is a
I
large.
believe I can see the snake now.
Well, that certainly didn't do it.
Well, that's a low roll on my part. Does 13 hit?
Your arrow bounces off of its thick, leathery hide.
You mean it's watery hide because it's a water. Is it?
That is a big snake.
Some snakes are bigger than others. This one's bigger than most.
I thought we were gonna get ready
Yeah,
to pull a. There's always a bigger fish.
Who else has a held action? What's going on?
I already fired off the arrow.
Nicholas did, but it's not ranged, so
Oh
he's.
yeah,
I can't
yeah.
get to him. So
Sorry.
that's it.
So I'm just gonna try to bite Soggy again.
That does not hit.
Get back here, you little morsel. Nom, 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 nom.
So he's like, don't let it eat me! Benjamin, and trying to cast an Eldritch Blast on it. Is it at disadvantage?
No. Your
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
beam of eldritch energy strikes the serpent. It singes it slightly.
So, I don't like snakes!
Donovan's like, nope, I'm backing off.
You hit the snake, dealing 9 piercing damage with your arrow.
Hey, not bad. I'm definitely getting out of the water.
Yeah, if you're gonna use a ranged weapon, I'd recommend getting out of the water. That's why I decided to just stay up there where I'm at.
Is that distance? Well, okay. Even that, I can get up on him. Shroop, even moving half in water, and do a slicey dice. Slicey dice, boom. That didn't do much.
Oh man.
Despite
gonna die.
wielding Arcadius's blade, you can't seem to get a good strike in as the serpent reels back from the arrows hitting it.
Time to loose another arrow at its eye, hopefully. Come on. Wow. Why am I'm typically better than this? I know that still hits, but typically better than this. So yeah, 16 damage. However, I am rolling above like minimum damage.
10 damage.
Yeah, I said 16 damage. I was like, that's wrong. As soon as I said it, it's like that's the attack. But yeah, that'll end my turn. There we go, Benjamin. Hit no shots. Wow, 22. The minimum of 8 damage. What the crap just happened here? I think my computer decided to shut down for whatever reason. so quiet tonight?
Well, that sucks.
Am I still in the showing in the roll 20 or
No. Oh, yeah, you are.
yeah? What the crap's going on? Screen went out all of a sudden.
Well, Soggy?
Soggy, since Nicholas is nearby, the next Eldritch Blast will be at advantage.
Correct. Even at advantage, your Eldritch Blast cannot seem to hit the slick form of the snake. Once again, your arrow finds its home. But for loading your crossbow, you just have to take your move action, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I either I move and shoot, or I reload and shoot.
Yep. Gotcha.
My shot, Nicholas rears back, wielding Arcadia's blade. Swings.
Unfortunately, your battle with the serpent continues as it reels out of the way just in time to miss your blade and again attempts to bite you. Well, it will. Unless Elwyn
Pepper this
just...
thing.
Yeah, unless Elwyn just
arrow.
goes crazy here.
Kill it. We had a good action surge. Darn it.
I've already used my action surge, but my computer ain't coming back on, so you already know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you're gonna shoot it with an arrow?
Yeah. Real classy of Elwyn.
And you rolled a natural 1 shooting Nicholas in the back. No, we'll see if you shoot Nicholas.
I swear. I have to have at least one nat 1 in the night, otherwise it's not proper.
Only with Nicholas. Only with Nicholas, Elwyn.
Yeah, no, it's consistent.
Okay, you don't shoot him in the back. You're fine.
Unlike every other time. I have to damage you at least a little bit each session.
Come on,
Just-
Angie. Do something impressive, man.
I'll see if I can't.
And now let's see if he hits Nicholas in the back. No, I'm just kidding. with the javelin off to the side, he's fine. But the snake really is going to try to bite you. Come on, snake. Stupid snake.
Whoa. Actually, getting it turned on now.
You gonna go, Soggy?
Of course. Another Eldritch Blast at advantage.
And this time it strikes true, dealing a fair amount of damage to the snake.
Alrighty.
10 points of damage, force damage, Ellen, just so you know.
Alright, I managed to get my laptop to start up again. So just give me a few moments to log back in.
Anyways, we've got a couple people before you go. Up to Donovan now.
That works.
I'm ready. I'm gonna say it looked like it's almost. And I'm gonna fire my crossbow at it once more after reloading.
And your bolt goes right into its head, killing it.
Oh, it's dead. Cool.
Hey. Let's drag this thing up. Drag this thing up onto the dry area.
So who wants to climb inside it to find out what's within the belly?
And that's why we're gonna drag it up here.
Soggy! Soggy?
Swim.
He's
I
dead.
guess I'll help.
Ooh. I don't imagine we're actually gonna climb inside.
Soggy can crawl in it, right?
We could just use Arcadius' blade to cut it open.
I'll just split it open.
I was just trying to make a joke because of how large it was.
So go ahead and roll investigate.
And Soggy will
Everybody.
assist in the investigate, so
Yep,
you
so
have
advantage.
advantage.
Just rolling investigate, DM.
Whoever. Who's
At advantage.
looking through the stomach contents.
I'm just cutting it up. So Soggy, Donovan, Elwin, Donovan rolls. Soggy can roll investigation too. Go ahead, Soggy.
That's insight. Roll investigate at advantage someone.
Yeah, well-
Anyone. I don't care who.
He doesn't care by this point. I just want it done and over with.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying it
You can
doesn't.
find the snake guts.
It doesn't matter who rolls. Actually, as you're looking through the snake's stomach contents, you find several interesting things. One of them is a turtle shell that is rather large, and another is a fine dagger that has a crystal hilt, and the blade
Oh.
is etched with elven writing.
Does anyone know what the elven... Soggy shows the dagger and says, "What does this mean?"
Elwin will look at it for him.
It says, "This dagger belongs to the lord of this elven town name." I don't have a town name picked out for it.
Okay. Then I'll relay that. And
Oh. Since this place is named Soggy City, it belongs to me. It belongs to Soggy.
Repeat that logic.
The size of the shell, would it be of comparable size to that one turtle that we faced before?
Not quite that big. That turtle was like, pretty ancient by turtle standards. But yeah,
Right.
it's of the same species.
Okay.
It's unusually large and it's not old. So is it a mutated teenage turtle?
Yeah, it's not quite mutated, but definitely teenage.
Gosh darn it. If Nicholas ever comes back, he's going to come back as a teenage mutant ninja turtle. Turtle.
All right, so
Oh, they're so slow.
are we done cutting up the snake, or what are we doing?
I think so. Unless they have some other stuff they want to do with it.
All right, so as you're doing all of that, "Infidel, you shall not defile this temple."
Oh Lord.
Ah, gosh, he's back.
Soggy kind of waves around the blade. Do not touch Soggy. Soggy has
Oh,
special
I got some my ass.
blade that says he is lord
Go
of
back in.
this town.
Okay, there we go. That's fixed.
That would be a deception check.
Can we?
Can what?
I was gonna let Soggy finish, but could we have assumed that Einschman wasn't sitting in the water splashing
Oh
around?
yeah, I mean he was sulking, but
He was sulking, like always.
And then
It's
Soggy
pencil.
had a
It's
question about bluffing, I guess.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Oh,
I think Einstein's had just about enough of this. I don't think he's going to javelin anymore. They don't seem to be working. I think he's going to loose with something rough.
Yeah, unfortunately, most of his stuff is not quite rough.
Effective.
Yeah, it's not quite rough enough, so like the best he can do is uh this again.
Well, let's see what it does.
So now the ghost is in a bank of fog and is obscured. You guys can't see it, but it can't see you guys. Well, Einjamin thinks.
So I guess I'll gee, I'm not really sure what to do. Um
Oh,
I'll go
I'm
down
sorry.
this
I'm
way.
sorry. Before we start, you guys all get a short rest. So I don't know if you like want to
I need that short rest.
yeah,
Yes.
spend any hit dice or anything like that.
Should, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit short rest on all of you to give you back all of your short rest
I just hit mine.
abilities. Okay, you're good. So yeah. So
Yeah, I'm
and
good.
then any
I'm
hit
pretty sorry.
dice that anybody wants to spend, I'm gonna spend some for Einjamin just because that would be the smart move.
Yeah, I needed my arcane shots back.
Yeah, so I kind of run off this way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be my
Sucker.
Yep, Soggy's gonna try and hit the trying to hit the ghost.
You can't see the ghost.
Then Soggy's gonna prepare a spell, an Eldritch Blast, for in case he sees the ghost.
Okay.
Just slide back.
Could I take a shot at disadvantage for the position I last saw the ghost in?
At disadvantage.
Ouch. Well, luckily it doesn't consume unless it actually hits, so
Yeah, no, you don't come close.
yeah. Alright, that's my turn ended.
Gonna die.
The ghost appears next to you, Soggy. So you're casting at disadvantage. That's Nicholas.
So do I do a charisma saving throw?
Yep.
Man, it really wants to possess you.
They all. Must be a chick. I'm terrible. I just got flagged for that. We're gonna get removed off YouTube.
Yeah. All right, and so now it is Nicholas's turn.
I'm going to turn the unholy.
And
I get to
now
make a
that
save.
this ghost is in sight, Soggy's going to cast the Eldritch Blast.
At disadvantage.
It's within 5 feet. And I believe the ghost needs to make a wisdom save.
Yep, I'm getting on that.
No, that's for Mind Silver.
No. Nicholas did turn the unholy, which is a wisdom save.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking about the Eldritch Blast he prepared,
At disadvantage.
but he is nearby other people.
At normal. You strike, and the ghost makes its wisdom save. So when it makes its wisdom save, it's fine. So it just is not affected.
Which save was that for? Was it for Eldritch? That was for the turn the unholy?
Yeah, that was for turn the unholy.
Good.
Benjamin is going to say, "Watch out, brother," and he steps forward and attacks with his pike. Or actually, I'm sorry, doesn't step forward, stays behind you and attacks with his pike. Striking, but not dealing as much damage as he thought.
No, I don't want to do that. All right, I guess I was gonna head back just about here. And I'll crack my whip at it.
Back you, foul demon.
And you do so, striking the ghost, though again it seems to pass partially through it. That does not strike it. It passes right through its form.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast again.
Okay, it's just normal again, no advantage.
I know this.
You
Man, that's where
strike.
all my 20s.
You strike again.
So he's still on my rolls with my bow.
So, how is the ghost reacting to a kobold kicking his ass with Eldritch magic?
Well, it doesn't love it.
I think the fact that it's back is indication enough of that. It doesn't like being defeated.
It's like, ugh, being pummeled by a kobold of the Eldritch magic. Ugh, this is not on my day.
Other than screaming about infidels and unclean, unholy ones, it doesn't really respond to you guys.
Elwin's gonna reach back to the scimitar that's sheathed behind his quiver, draw that out to strike at the ghost.
So this would be at disadvantage also because it's.
But it's a scimitar.
Oh, scimitar. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because
Misheard
'cause
you for
that's-
just a half a second.
yeah.
And again, you seem to pass partially through it, but it deals a little bit of damage.
We're all just getting in on this melee action.
It's like that scene in JoJo where everyone is kicking that one bad guy down, and then the guy who drinks the tea enters into the act.
Ooh.
Everybody does a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Wisdom save. We all hitting good. Except for Eingerman, who's been hit by this
I knew
once
that
yet.
was coming. I knew that was coming.
You knew that was coming. The DM is planning this out specifically. He's trying to find every possible way to affect Eingerman.
Yeah. Literally. Okay, so you guys watch as Einjamin ages 10 years before your eyes.
It's not his day.
Well, that's only if he fails by 5 or more, ain't it?
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. So he's frightened for 1 minute.
And I'm gonna try to hit him again. Has he flanked at this point? With
Oh, I thought you
3
meant
people around?
Einjamin for getting scared again.
No.
Brother, you snap out of it.
I reach out with my offhand and bap him in the back of the head. But the main strike is going to be Arcadia's blade against this ghosty guy.
Okay.
Is he flanked?
Not by anyone right now, no.
Okay.
I mean, Soggy is striking him with Eldritch Blast.
Man. You must have been
You
so close
strike
to that
true,
guy.
and again, the radiant damage seems to deal even more damage to him. Einjamin runs and cowers in the corner.
Sheesh, Eingerman.
Hey, Ghost!
You fought one of these before.
My brother fought one of these before. I mostly ran.
You and Tristan, I swear.
You there, Donovan? Hello?
I can hear you. Donovan,
Are
you
you
around?
muted?
Well,
There
and
he is.
you whip into the ghost. Once again, the whip passing partially through it, but dealing a little bit of damage.
Every little bit counts. Man, he cannot seem to hit with that mace at all.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Oh yeah, his hand axe mace. Hand axe, the trusted name in maces.
It's a brand of mace. Hand axe.
That's right.
I like that. For all your good quality for all your good quality mace needs.
If it's not a hand axe, it's not a mace. Is that your turn then, Donovan? Hello, Donovan? Is that your turn?
You're muted if you're talking, Donovan.
I'm going to assume that's his turn and move on with Soggy. If he gets back and says otherwise, we'll deal with it.
Soggy's going to cast Eldritch Blast once again.
And you miss.
Right?
Like, whoopsie. He's
It happens.
Going at it with the scimitar again.
Scimitar.
The scimitar. With the 5 slashing damage. Ooh, ah.
Hey, every 5 counts.
That's going to end my turn. Nicholas.
Oh, 10 AC, nope.
Yeah, no.
I try to chop him up. Let's see if I can do this. Hi! Come on, chop.
Get him.
Unfortunately, your karate chop does nothing. You should have used Arcadius's blade. You strike true once again, and once again you dissipate his form.
Was that the same thing? It seemed to be a different one that just looked similar. Was it in fact the exact same one?
You don't know.
Interesting.
Well, I believe we have a tunnel we can head down to see if we can't find anything to deal with this ghost, much like we did with Arcadius.
Lads, I think our challenge now is that I've no longer
Soggy
any
is
healing to
very,
give.
very hurt.
Brother,
Fine.
brother, that thing, it stared into my soul. It wanted to drag me into the afterlife with it. I have to get out of here, brother.
At this point, it might be a wise idea for all of us to depart. I can heal no longer. Soggy looks very hurt. My torch just went out magically.
It's been a while now as you guys recoup from that latest battle. Between the lighting it from before and dealing with
Yeah,
the
I lit another
snake
one.
and yeah, it's fine. I'm just
In
letting you know
fact-
that it had been
Yeah.
about that time.
Cool.
Well, If
But
he
as I
feels
explained to
best.
everybody, I can't heal anyone anymore. Soggy is
Yeah.
not doing well.
Okay, so
Um,
Alan's agreeing with the fact that we should.
And Nicholas has been keeping a
Out.
secret that he has received a letter from his homeland that lets him know that his lands have been seized and are now under trial. His family is being tried for heresy, and he has to return in order to fight these charges and try and, not reclaim, but retain his lands and his titles and nobility that his family has worked so hard for. And so that is something that has been weighing on his mind as you guys, deal with this.
All right then.
So yeah, basically you guys are gonna coop and regroup and all of that in between sessions, and decide what you're gonna do about pressing on, with a full, you know, restocking of spells and hit points, etc. But for now, I'm gonna turn the floor over to Nicholas and let him say or do anything that he wants to say or do here. So
Well, in fact,
go right ahead.
lads, Caldonia is now working against me, it seems. Benjamin will be accompanying me back, reluctantly, I'm sure, but he will be. As we depart base of operations, I am distraught. This could not come at a worse time.
Agreed.
However, I've learned much. When I entered these lands, I could only be described as arrogant and superior in my own mind. Soggy has taught me even creatures which in Caldonia would be discarded and disregarded. Those people can be very powerful. I can sense that Soggy's journey is only. Elwyn has taught me that some of the prejudices which we bring with us are in fact evil. Be purged. Donovan has taught me more recently what purpose. I had lost my own, seeking to rid this land of its ills. Meanwhile, some cancer has grown in Caldonia, in my own land. We'll be taking the squires as well to travel. They will be put into the academy. However, the lands of Caldonia are well known to me. The trap there shall be uneventful. Here, there is a pressing need. There is a champion of sorts from the past. Donovan, you were not there, but you may recall it was Arcadius, a ghost of Arcadius, a hero of old. We fought it. That's how we got this blade. This blade will not serve me, but if it leaves these lands, as we have seen, there will be so much danger. I take Arcadius' blade and walk over to Donovan, who hopefully is on this, and I hand it to him and explain that when it first came to me, formed into the shape of my choosing. And once he spends time with it, perhaps it can be a mighty, radiant, blessed whip or some other weapon.
Indeed, after he attunes with it.
Yep, I lament that Tom has departed. I entire business with Tristan, Trista, and Aubrey. All of these things have conspired. I fear that all of those things began back in Caldonia. Those people again. Now, I shall depart. My symbol. Oh, that if you are in the land of Caldonia, once I clear my name, this symbol will grant you safe passage. But should at least. What a motley crew.
To be hoped, yes.
Well,
Goodbye, friend.
it was a pleasure to meet a good man. It's sad to see you go under such circumstances, but I hope you get your situation with your family straightened out. I appreciate the weapon. I hope to use it to our advantage. If you ever return, I'll be looking forward to your assistance in ridding the land of this cancer that is these vampires. Until then, I wish you fair travels. And like I say to every friend, I bid it farewell to. Make sure you careful where you sleep, my friend.
Ah, yes, Donovan and the checking under the beds.
Absolutely,
And
Donovan.
always know which cave
Per-
you're in.
Perhaps even the lord of this land shall notice our departure. After us, he may in fact be weakened with Arcadius' weapon and whatever you might find in the ruins. Apparently, this city that we were in, it must be so much more than what we've seen to be the greatest elven city of the land. That may even be why this dread lord has chosen this area. There may be some connection. Hopefully, I shall return to find you triumphant, evil rid of this land. But if the evil still resides, of course, I will come back to assist.
Of course.
Lovely.
That was great, guys. That was really good. So, we're gonna stop here and we're gonna level up to level 4 in between sessions for next week. We bid Nicholas and Einjamin a fond farewell and wish them luck in their travels and their quests. And good gaming, everyone.
Yes.
Awesome.
Glad